In hindsight, I thought the last chapter was the best way to end the year on. This chapter left me feeling mixed. On one hand, something is happening for once. It involves with the protagonist and his out-of-control one-for-all quirk. On the other hand, the timing feels off, wondering if Kohi just gave up on the whole battle sequence. I can't blame him if it's true. They are disappointingly dull. With that in mind, I thought this chapter was really short and somewhat disappointing. At least the build up to the next chapter is good. The only really good part to me is the beginning. It's not because how it tries to show some sympathy for Monoma, and if it was, try harder. It's what Monoma says about the way how the hero system works that could amount to Shinso's incoming development. It may not matter much in the long run, knowing how the series' nature is leaning more and more to your shonen routine of heroism. But if it's to give him a development, then that's good. Also, it's another outlook on heroism that was an interesting insight for those who are lower class compared to the rest. It leads to Deku, who was once quirkless and now harboring a powerful yet dangerous quirk. It's just a shame the main three are up their way to be far ahead in power, but at least this was good. The rest of the chapter is practically all on Deku and his out of control quirk. Monoma thinks it's another development. Oh, it definitely is. One to make sure the power outscaled the majority of the cast. Deku couldn't control it any longer, which leads to the outburst. Apparently, the black lightning or whatever it is can shoot like beams. It shoots everywhere like wildfire. If this is a power-up, does he really need this? It's like the editor told Kohi, hey, One For All already show enough stuff. Do you think we could add more? The majority of panels are eaten up by the clashes and dodges from every character, including the remaining teammates from afar. Funny how the spectator thought, hey, he has a new technique. I am aware of how these large panels were designed for tension, but personally, I found it lackluster. It's probably the weakest demonstration of QB, Hollow Form, Curse Mark, Demon, Sarah of the End, or whatever outburst moment I have seen in a long time. For that matter, does this series really need this? If it's just out of control like a one-time moment, that's fine. Otherwise, 200 plus chapter in, and they decided to pull this routine off. That will be baffling. The tension is lacking when no one was hurt by it. Everyone dodging it undermined the danger aside the user himself. It could happen in the next chapter, sure, but that will only happen because someone approached to him. Also, the visual is weak in terms of raw powers spiraling out of control. It's not exciting to see beams shooting everywhere like a malfunction Gundam or a Dragon Ball Z fighter just shoots anywhere to hit something. It lacks a strong energy or oomph to leave a satisfying feeling of those attempted tense panels. The only part that was decent is Deku's mind on his situation. He can't control and doesn't understand why it's backfiring him. What's worse is he worked hard to achieve at least 20%, only to be denied more or less by One For All. While it does pain him, all he wants is everyone to not worry about him. I wish Deku showed more tense emotion over it. I was more unnerved by his situation against Muscular, which is arguably the last best moment of his character. Nothing came close in terms of intensity than that. Maybe that's why he's in third place. While this chapter has not much to offer, especially since I'm close to wrapping up this review, at least it ends with a potential good follow-up. Granted, I did say the same thing in the last chapter's review, and here we are. Shinso and Ochaku are the two that noticed something was wrong with Deku. Ochaku at the end goes over to Deku and grabs him, screaming Shinso for something. My guess is she is screaming for Shinso to brainwash Deku, but then again, it technically failed before. I guess we have to wait and see if he can do it this time. The part I'm wondering is if the battle is over because of the messy situation. All Might told Aizawa to stop the battle. If so, I suppose that's it then. Sucks to be other characters, but what else is new? Oh well, at least it's over, I think. Plus, Ochaku is doing something after a very long time. Granted, it looks like Shinso will do the majority of the work, But screw it, if I have to get one movement from the main heroine, I'll take it. I know that sounds pretty sad, but that's because it is. I thought this chapter wasn't so bad, but not so good either. The tension was lacking, the chaos scene was unsatisfying to make me feel worried, and the whole situation is still left unanswered. I am aware the last one is more of patience, so it's not really a negative. However, it needs to sort things out soon. Regardless, there's a clear sign that the main three will be ahead of everyone, and if Deku can control it, then power gap will increase even further. It's already noticeable, but the real crime is the diminishing intensity. Hopefully, the next chapter, which will be released next year, will show a sign that good things will happen soon. And that will do it for the review. I hope you enjoyed this one. If we get lucky, we may get one more chapter before the year's end. I thought the last chapter was a good way to end on because it will keep the fans guessing what is happening with Deku's arm. Now granted, this chapter is more of the same thing. However, when you look at the content itself, not much really happened. It's like you could remove a good majority of the pages and you won't miss a beat. I know it's supposed to be intense, but that's the problem lies in. I'm used to silent chapter, no dialogues, no words or anything like that, yet the expression left a lot of impact. With this case, I feel like it was lackluster, so it didn't feel rewarding as much as I wanted to be. But we'll see how the next chapter follows up. What do you think of this chapter? Share your thoughts in the comment section. If you like this and want more of this, subscribe to my channel and my world will be yours to stay. Until next time, take care.